Welcome on to the next edition of Ride with Coach Parry. My name is Brad. We've got our cycling coach Devlin Eden with us once again today, and a great question that was posed in our forums on the Coach Parry training platform, and it's coming from someone who was originally a runner but has now switched over to cycling, and it's got to do with continuing running as a cyclist. Dev, a fantastic question. I'll pose it properly in a second, but nice to catch up with you. Nice to have you on.
Yeah, Brad, good to be back again.
Dev, such a great question, because often we see people going the other way, so going from cycling to running. But this question in the forum, someone has made the transition from running into cycling, and they're asking if should they continue running, essentially. Is there a benefit of continuing running as a cyclist, almost using it as a bit of a cross-training, and is there benefit in doing that, or if you make the switch, should you just switch to cycling?
Well, firstly, I'm glad to see some people are switching across to cycling, and it's not just all about the running side of things. So for that, kudos, firstly. I think, look, I'm a big advocate of keeping some running in a cycling program, definitely. So you just need to, obviously, if the main goal now has shifted across to cycling needs to take preference. So you'll spend more time on the bike, whether it's on your trainer, on a watt bike, on your own bike. Cycling, you need to develop, or you need to condition your body now to handle that. And it's not just physiological conditioning, but at the same time, you need to get used to sitting in a saddle for a period of time, what it's like holding onto the handlebars and the strength around your upper body as well. That's quite key. So definitely cycling will become the goal. And as with running, you are now a cyclist and you will be sticking to a cycling program. But I am a big advocate in having at least one day a week where running is still an aspect. And the reason I do that is I feel that it does add a strength component to your legs as well. And depending obviously on what discipline from a cycling point of view you're getting into. So if we are heading into the mountain biking field, and depending on the level you are as a mountain biker, there's often times where you might need to hop off that bike and walk a little bit. And by not having that aspect to it, you want to keep a little bit of strength in your calves and your Achilles as well, because those are sort of things that you could pick up little niggles and injuries should you need to portage or push your bike or whatever it might be. So I am a fan of keeping it in. It also just takes the mind off cycling a little bit, especially when you're in a really big training block and that monotony of cycling. Add a little bit of running in. Cross training is always a good benefit for the body to condition yourself going forward.
Absolutely, Devin, and one of those is obviously strength training too, and we've spoken at length about that on various podcasts and videos, and we've actually got a strength training program as well that you can throw in on top of your cycling regime. If you'd like to download that, just head over to coachparry.com/bike. That'll take you through to that page as well. Dev, from a running perspective, you mentioned once a week. Is that enough, or should you be doing more, or shouldn't you be doing more? Is that sort of the limit? Once a week as a cyclist, adding a run session is enough?
No, look, Brad, again, 99% of us that are cycling, we are limited to time. And I feel that you want to be spending more time on the bike. So I don't think it's necessary to be doing, if you are shifting across to cycling, cycling needs to be the preference. So I think once a week running is fine. You can then substitute in, if you are adding the strength training or the gym aspect to it, that can be something the way you maybe substitute and do 2 sessions a week, 2 gym sessions a week, or if you're going to do 1 gym session, 1 run, for instance, depending on your availability and your time. But with modern day life and how hectic things are, I don't think as a cyclist, you don't need more than 1 day a week of running. And again, you don't need that 1 day of running. It's not 100% vital. I'm just an advocate I feel that it does add a benefit to your cycling, having the cross-training in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Dev, as always, great to catch up. Thanks for your time today, and we look forward to catching up again next time.
Cool. Cheers. Thanks a lot.